guys, this is Tarot with Kittens, Weights, and Tarot, and I'm bringing you a review today of the Astrological Oracle cards. So this is a low scarabeo deck, but first let's just take a look at the wonderful holographic box. It's very sparkly and beautiful, and I believe, here it is, the artwork is by Antonella Castelli. And here's the back in low scarabeo fashion in multiple languages. However, not so on the cards. So if you find multiple languages on the cards distracting, fret not. Okay, so let's take a look at the guidebook and a nice and sturdy tuck box. Okay, so here is the guidebook, and if you're new, well, there's a particular way they want you to use the cards, but of course, you know, with anything, use the cards however you wish. But how it first starts off with, well, obviously it's divided into a bunch of different languages. But the first, it just kind of tells you some of the star signs, just a little bit about each of the star signs, you know, but if you're pretty adept at astrology and you already kind of know the signs, then maybe you don't need to really look at this. Plus it gives you some information on the planetary bodies. Again, if you're already knowledgeable in this area, then maybe you don't really need to consult the guidebook. Down here, however, it kind of goes into the houses and what each of the 12 houses represents. And then in doing a reading for the cards, it says you can pull 2 of the planetary cards, you know, because sometimes it says that, you know, a certain sign will have 2 or even 3 planets attached to it. So you can pull 2 or 3 of the planetary cards and get a reading that way. And then it gives you some combinations down here, what those could mean. Let's see, and then there was another thing in here. What was it? Oh, okay. It was the Circle of Houses reading. So basically, it says to shuffle up all the star cards, and then you pull a star card, you know, place it down, and then place all the rest of the cards in order. So, you know, if you, let's see, it gives an example. If you chose Virgo for the first house, then the second house would be Libra, third house would be Scorpio, and so on, so on, so on. And then it goes into just a little brief nugget about the different houses and what that particular card, like in Scorpio in the 12th house, what could that represent if Scorpio lands in that house, let's say. Okay, so I mean, it's really interesting, and it gives you some of the combinations, and sometimes it says, you know, if you want to then pull a planetary card for each of the houses, you could do that, or even 2 planetary cards, or if you're really wanting to look into, let's say, the 10th house, for example, you might pull 1 or 2 or even 3 planetary cards to go with whatever star card landed in that house. So, I mean, it's just a nifty little way of using these cards, but again, you can use them however you want. And oh, did I not say who this is by? Okay, so the deck is by Linnea Weatherstone. Okay, so let's look at the cards here. So it has some pretty silver edging. And I would say that these are standard oracle size. It's kind of got that matte finish to it. So those of you that like that matte, almost papery finish, then this is for you. They are bendy but not flimsy to me. Okay, so they are divided up here. So let's see. I have part of my deck is done into the star signs, and then some are in the planetary signs. Okay, so we'll look at star signs first. I think the artwork is gorgeous. there was another deck I was looking at that I think had similar artwork. It's probably the same artist. That was for the Bach Remedy, the flower, Bach Remedy flower remedies. And yeah, maybe one day I'll get that deck, but I already have a Bach Remedies deck. But yeah, I just love how they're depicted here. I think there's a lot of beautiful energy that comes off of these. You know, and if you weren't, you know, didn't know a lot about astrology, you know, here you have Aries, here it gives you the symbol that you might see, and then you see that this is the ram, and you know, you kind of see determination in her eyes. She's got the flowers. She's kind of laid back, but you know, kind of ready to ready to get down. So yeah, so you could pull a lot off of the images there, and then here are your planetary cards. So it's like most of these are dudes, and then the star cards are mostly chicas. Okay, so what would that look like? Let's say you're just trying to pick a, I don't know, even like a significator card. So, okay, so yeah, let's go with Aries. And I might pick maybe 2 planetary cards to go with my Aries, just to give me an understanding what's going on in my life right now if I were indeed an Aries. Actually, my dad is an Aries. Okay, so we got Venus and we got Pluto. So yeah, that's what it would look like aesthetically, all laid out. Let me know what you thought of this video. If you have these cards and maybe use them in a different way other than how the guidebook suggests, then, you know, let me know in the comment section below. If you have any questions for me, you can leave that in the comment section below. And if you dug this video, don't forget to give it a big old thumbs up. Don't forget to click subscribe, and if you want to catch a reading with me, just click on the information box below. All right, and that's it from me, my spiritual homies. Peace, love, and chicken grease. Peace out.